Oh, 8:55. It's 8:55. Good morning, Sonia Watts. Good morning, Sanja. How is your morning? How is your morning? Today's January the 30th, 2022. I just got off work. Been just going over some information and just having some good thoughts. Well, not all good thoughts. There's a lot of stuff going on in this world. And had some things coming across my mind. Good morning, sexy grandma. Good morning to you. Hey, got my blood pressure and sugar down. It was really high. I know. If you did what you said you was gonna do, drink the water and the lemon or vinegar or whatever, it could bring it down. Do a little exercise or something. Be lifting your leg and things like that. It can really help. Water helps a lot because it dilutes everything that's in your body. It dilutes it and push it on out. That's why. One time I was at this adult facility or adult daycare, whatever they call it. I think they call it adult daycare. And this guy, his blood sugar, it was sky high. And I called the charge nurse and she was like, she told me to give him some green vegetables. I was like, some green vegetables? I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Okay, give him some green vegetables. I didn't understand what she was saying because I never heard of green vegetables will make your sugar go down low. But, I didn't trust what she was saying. I didn't trust it. So I kind of, I did give him green vegetable for lunch or whatever. But I kept getting, I knew one thing, like I told you, when it comes to chemicals, meds, and things like that, I think very quick on my feet. And I don't know if she just didn't understand what I was saying, because I told her what his numbers was. And it was pretty high. I think it was like 380 something, 400 or whatever. It makes you go to the restroom. Anyway, I kept, you know what? I was giving him water, and I had another nurse, because I was the head nurse on the facility. They did not. Hey, good morning, woke the God. Good morning to you. Good morning, Gloria. Woke the God. And for some unknown reason, I just didn't trust what she was saying, and I started just give him water, because she didn't tell me anything else. She didn't tell me a pill to give him. She didn't tell me anything else. She just gave him green vegetables or whatever. We got a salad. We got a special salad for him. Let me tell you what happened. And then some other stuff happened too, but I won't get off into that. It'll be a long story, and I don't want to make it long. But I think for some reason they were trying to get me fired or get me rolled up or get my license taken. So I ended up giving him water. And some nurse came and she was like, I got some medication. You need to give it to him. It wasn't known as MAR. They didn't even have a MAR. You guys know what a MAR is. A medication, something, administrating record or whatever. A MAR. So he didn't even have a MAR. So, so this nurse that came to give me the medicine to give to him, I told her, I said, you give it to him. I can't give it to you. Give it to him, because I'm going to document you gave it to him, because I'm not giving him something that it doesn't say on his MAR. And it just so happened it was weird because they had the wrong patient and didn't have a MAR. And she come in the next day, because I was only filling in for her. She come in the next day. They come calling me, talking about, what did you do? And why you didn't do this? And why you didn't call the doctor? And da-da-da-da-da. But I had got his blood sugar down to, I think it was like 110 or something. It was almost 400. Just giving him water and making him walk. You know, I had one of the nurses walking him, walking him, walking him. You know, he'll go to his room and he'll draw something, and then they'll say, okay, let's go see SP. Let's go see the nurse, because she wanted a picture from you. And so MAR, yeah, it's medication administration record. And then he would walk down and give me the picture, and then I would give him some water, and then he'll walk back to his room, he'll make another picture, and I just told the nurses, hey, bring him here every 10 minutes. Just walk him back down to me every 10 minutes so I can check his vitals and make sure he's okay or something. Because she didn't ever tell me to give him any meds. She didn't tell me to call the ambulance, tell him come and get him. I mean, because he was extremely high. He could have went into something. And I kid you not, the next day, she comes in to work, and she was like, oh, they wanted to write me up so bad. And I was like, honey, let me tell you, I called you and told you what his blood sugar was. I called you. What did you think I called you for? To tell me how delicious this green salad lunch was? No, I called to tell. Why would I call you? I ain't never called you before. I call you because you are the charge nurse, and before I do anything evasive, anything, making a decision or whatever, charging the family for, a hospital visit, an ambulance ride, whatever, it's written that I have to call you and tell you what's going on. You started telling me about some homemade salad we got in the refrigerator for him. Man, let me tell you something. I went in front of the board with this woman. We were all on the phone. And they was like, okay, SP, well, tell us what happened. And I told them what happened. I said his blood sugar was high. I called the charge nurse, and she got to telling me about this special salad that was in the refrigerator. I told her that his blood sugar is almost 400, and I said I did not know nothing else to do but make him exercise, walk him back and forth to his room, because I know that'll make it go down. And so he was coming in, and we were walking him every 10 minutes, keeping our eye on him. And then I just told the nurses to just keep giving him water. Every time turn around, just give him water, 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 water. We got that blood sugar low before I went home, because it was not going to happen on my shift. Whoa, no, 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 no. I mean, that nurse tried to lie her way out of the whole conversation and the situation. She was like, well, you should have done this, you should have done that. I'm like, look, you guys tell me to come in there to be a substitute nurse. I don't know these patients and clients. I can only go by the care plan, because every patient has a care plan and a MAR. And when a nurse came by, she wanted me to give him some meds. They didn't even have a MAR. I can't give him an aspirin. I can't give him nothing. Man, that charge nurse got rolled up. I'm telling you. Good morning, Lisa Calhoun. Family, thank you for being kind to our host as you came in. Thank you. She should have got rolled up. She did. She got rolled up. I kid you not. Now there's been a couple of times when, that's why I don't really go do those substitutes no more, because I've been in a sticky situation before I even got my license. I was in a sticky situation. I was not even going to take the board because of a sticky situation. I was a charge nurse again at another facility. I called to let them know that this patient, I can't remember what was going on. I can't remember. I think their vitals was just out of, off the charts. I can't remember what it was. But I called the charge nurse and told her I need to probably call 911 and send them to, it was a lady, send her to the hospital. It was a nursing home. And like I said, I was a substitute. And this is before I even got my license. You guys, this is before I got my license. Now they didn't hire me to be a substitute for the charge nurse. They hired me to give meds. That's it. They hired me to give meds. So I was giving meds, and they didn't have a charge nurse. So when the lady came in distress, I wasn't trying to take over. I was just like, I just seen her first because I was getting ready to give her meds, and she was in distress. So I was like, hey, let me call somebody and get some help over here. So when I called her, and she was like, there's a CNA there on another floor, on another hall, and she's been there for 15 years. She was from Russia or somewhere. She was from another country. And she was like, she knows what to do. I was like, oh, okay. So I went and got the CNA, and I was like, hey, they told me you know what to do. What's going on here? And she was like, what do you think? I said, I think we just need to send her to the hospital. So she was like, okay, well, you call and I'll get the paperwork ready, and because you got to send them with the information, their medical history, their meds, their insurance, blah, 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 whatever. So I'm on the phone, and they get there to the facility, and they got her all strapped up and everything, and the CNA is like handing them I don't know what the CNA is doing. She's handing them all the stuff or whatever. Come to find out, the CNA done hand them the last meds that was on the cart, which wasn't hers. Boy, I tell you, they was like, you gave her this medicine because you're not supposed to send medicine to the hospital. I said, I didn't give her anything. Actually, I went into the room because I heard some hollering and screaming, and she was in distress. I stopped what I was doing. The CNA must have thought it was her meds and put them in a bag and handed them to him. Boy, I tell you, they was like, oh, you gave the wrong med, blah, 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 blah. I felt miserable. I was like, ain't no way in the world I could have done that, because I hadn't even reached the room yet. I was in the room next to her when I heard the hollering and screaming. And so I stopped, anyway, they lied up and down. You did it. You sent her to the hospital with the wrong med, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh, Lord, ain't no need of me taking my boards because I'm not going to have a license. I almost lost my license before I got them. I mean, I boo-hooed and cried because I'm thinking, that woman could have died. I done that. Back to the board again. We back to the board. It just so happened, you guys, that, we got cameras. Okay? They had cameras. And they looked at those cameras and seen that the CNA took those masks off the cart, put them in a package, and gave them to the paramedics. Now, I'm going to tell you something about that whole situation. I learned really quick. Because had not they have cameras, everybody was like, no, you gave those meds. And I was like, no, I did not. Because it was the person's meds next door. And I tried to explain my, and it made me start thinking, did I give her the wrong meds? I'm serious. Like I said, I boo-hooed and cried because I was like, oh my God, can't believe. I mean, and things was happening so fast I couldn't remember or whatever. Now, here's the sad part. Good part, but sad. I saved the woman's life. I done probably saved about 10, 15 people's lives before in my life. Not just being a nurse, just all over. I mean, before being a nurse 2 or 3 times, whatever. But this right here made me hurt so bad. Because they had me honestly thinking I done gave this woman the wrong meds. You know what I'm saying? They did. And that's why today, sometimes it may be arrogant to other people, but they ain't walked in my shoes. They ain't seen the things I see. That's why I don't let people tell me nothing. I don't let nobody tell me nothing. If I ain't did it, I ain't seen it, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna go with my first mind, and that's what it be. You can't talk me out of it. Because people make you believe that you're the problem. Oh, you're wrong for asking me to do this. And you're wrong because you didn't know I needed that. Or you're wrong because... And they got you looking like you did something. And the whole entire time, they're wrong. They're wrong. They're wrong. They're wrong. I'm just saying. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Freddie. They're wrong. Anyway, I don't know if I told you guys, but yesterday we were on this live, and I was telling you about 10% of what I was going through, you guys. Like I said, I wasn't complaining. I was just venting. I was just letting you know. I was just letting you know. Everybody's got problems. Everybody's going through something. Things ain't going the way they want it to go. But you got to remember, there's always somebody going through something a little bit more difficult than you. That's why I don't complain. Now, I might tell you, yeah, I'm going through some stuff. But that's what it is. And that's all it is. But remember yesterday, I was telling you guys about how, the mechanic couldn't fix my car, so we had to bring the car back. And then I got ready to go to work. I had to get my nurse's bag out of my car, and come to find out, I don't know where the key is. Couldn't find the key. So I drove the truck to work, and then I came home, got on the live. I was like, I done search outside, search the driveway, search everything, search underneath the couch, in the couch, on my desk, in the bed, in the wash machine, in the dryer. I'm tearing up the house, tearing it up. And I told you guys, I said, when I get off of here, I'm going to search the trash. Guess what? I found the keys. I found the keys, you guys. I mean, just as soon as I got off of the live yesterday, I found them keys. Because I was looking at, I know AAA was going to come and open up the car, but they can't make me a key to that car. It has a computer chip in it. That means I'm going to have to order the key, and the key might take 3 to 4, maybe a week to come back, and the key's going to cost me $300, which could go on getting the car fixed instead of a key. So you know what I said to myself? I don't have $300 for a key. I just don't have it. And try to get my car fixed too, and do without a car for another week. Oh my goodness. That's what I was looking at. And I got another job, so I'm going to be looking really lame anyway, driving a big old truck, a man's truck, to my first day of my orientation, because it's time to get busy. They were in the trash. They were in the trash. And I didn't want to put my hands in that trash. But $300, I'm going to put my hands in that trash. It was all wet and sticky and stuff in that trash. I was like, I didn't have gloves on or nothing. I seen a little something and I was like, what the heck is this? And I picked him up and I ran through the house. I was like, Papa, 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 I found the keys. I found the keys. He said, where was they at? I was like, in the trash. He didn't say nothing else, but you got it. Isn't God so good? Now, I'm gonna tell you something. I learned something out of that situation because I'm looking at maybe $300, $400, $500 to get my car fixed because it's an electrical problem. It's not a mechanical problem, and I was complaining about it. But you know what? Well, not really complaining. I don't complain. I was venting, letting you guys know what I was going through. But think about it. This is why I tell people do not complain because guess what? It could get worse. Now, had I had to pay for it to get my car fixed and get a new key, I'm looking at a lot of money, and my car may go up to $700, $800 when it comes to electrical. I mean, the last time I had an electrical problem, it cost me nearly about $1,200. You guys, it's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, God is good. God is good, 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 good. He's amazing. And so, like I said, I learned something from that whole situation. And isn't he so good? Because I keep trying to tell myself and I tell you guys, and I know you guys thinking, well, you saying you ain't complaining, but you're complaining. No, 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 no. I'm not complaining. I'm just stating the truth, the obvious. Everybody goes through stuff that doesn't make, like, hey, let me share this with you guys. I don't want you guys to ever think that I'm perfect. I live in a perfect world. My marriage is perfect. My kids are perfect or anything. We're nowhere near perfect. Matter of fact, we are the opposite of perfect. Everything about us is just, we are flesh. Don't ever think that. I make mistakes. I get heated. I get frustrated. I mean, and I know you guys do the same thing. Ain't none of you guys perfect. If you think you're perfect, you're wrong. Period, point blank, you're wrong. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Ain't nobody perfect but Jesus. Because remember when he died on the cross, he said to the Father, he said, is there any kind of way? Is there any kind of other way? And if you was perfect, we would have waited on you to be born. Or me. Or anybody else you think that is perfect. And the Lord told him, no. There's no other way. There's no one that can do what needs to be done. No one. There's nobody that could have done. They would have had to been perfect. Yeah, it does help. It was helping my blood pressure because let me tell you something. It was so stressful. It was so stressful. So that night that I had to go to work in the truck the first night, which was Friday night, okay, so I wasn't running behind, but I was running right on time. But you got to remember, I don't drive the truck. I don't like driving the truck. And it's dark. I get in the truck, and I can't even find where the lights is at. My husband done went back on in the house, shut the door, and climbed up in the bed. And I'm like, I'm mad. I'm in the truck trying to figure out where the lights is. Oh, my goodness. That's all I need before I go to work. It's stressful. It is very stressful. And people be like, that ain't nothing. It is when you feel like a lot of other stuff that you're seeing and things, and you want to help people and you feel helpless and they're crying and there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do to help them. There's nothing you can do to help them. You can be there for them. That's all you can do is be there for them. And they hurt, and they hurt, and they hurt. And we done had a lot of family members that had death in their families. I mean, and y'all thinking it's like, Only thing y'all hear about one here, one there. It's probably like 3, 4, 5 a day. 3, 4, 5 a day. 3, 4, 5 a day. I'm not lying to you guys. I don't say it, you know. And here's the sad part, you know, that this family that we have, because I don't call it a group, I do call it a family. They feel the family when they're in need. They may not feel it, and they come in, and then when things hit the fan, and people right close to them, next door to them, mamas and kids and cousins and stuff, they can't go to them. They come to the family. That's us. You guys done seen it time and time. You done seen them come, you done seen them go, you done seen them come back. As long as they ain't burnt no bridges, you see them. And I tell you guys, this is not no game. It's not like another channel, you guys. It's just not. I don't care about the fame and the fortune and all that other stuff. I just don't. When I started this, I wasn't even going this route. This is where the Lord led us. I'm just being honest with you. You can take that to the bank. It ain't gonna bounce. I wasn't trying to do all of this. But this is where the Lord led us, so that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna be glad, and we're gonna be rejoicing in every day that we do it. Sometimes I don't want to come on. I just don't. I just don't. It's not that I don't, but who else is gonna do what they're supposed to do? I can't worry about nobody else. That's why I don't worry about numbers. I don't worry about the hype. I don't worry about all that stuff. Because God's going to be God all by himself. He don't need you. He don't need me or anything else. He just don't. So we always want God to choose us and pick us, and we want to be like him. And the minute he gives us assignment, it gets hard. We get to crying. We get to crying, especially when, a lot of times people don't understand. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of heartache. You're going to have a lot of heartache because you got a target on you. You know how some people say, if it's too hot, get out the kitchen, And I was going somewhere the other day, and I somehow I didn't finish, but I always say, the Lord knows what you can handle and what you can't handle. And I was saying something to you guys, and I'm going to finish it today. I remember before I got off the live the other day, I said to myself, and I said, you guys, I don't know if anybody in here, we got 10 people in the house, 9 or 10. Yeah, be careful for what we ask for. We got 10 people in the house. 11 thumbs up. Thank you guys for giving a thumbs up. If you come in without giving a thumbs up, go out and give a thumbs up. We'll wait. Some people can't handle the truth. You tell somebody the truth, and they'll look at you and smile. I don't know what they're smiling for. It's like they can't handle the truth. Nothing of God is going to make sense to you. Sometimes I believe when you tell someone they call themselves a Christian or a believer, they can read scriptures all day, they quote scriptures all day, and you know what? Here's the thing, and trust and believe. We all get upset about how some things go. We hurt and whatever, because we're not supposed to trust people. We just not. We just not. There was a reason one time I couldn't believe why the Bible was like, a person that, you put your kids or, you put your kids or your mom and dad before God, you're not worthy to even do his work. You're just not worthy. And I kind of was like, why would God give us kids and husbands and wives, and then, and we're not supposed to love them because we actually see them in the physical, and we're with them in the physical, and all of this, and it was hard for me to understand it. It was really hard because, I love my mama and I love my kids. I love my husband. But, you know, you can't put them in before God. You can't do that. You can't do that. So, when we're crying about a loved one, are we really crying? I know we want to say we're crying because we love them and they hurt. They not hurt. They not hurt, y'all. They not hurt. That's the truth. I ain't saying that to make you feel good. Their assignment is done. I know you don't want to hear it, but it's true. And we all going to have to come to the end of our assignment. Sooner or later, one of these days, we are. I have accepted that. I'm no longer going to get mad. Even when my mother passed away, I was like, I'm going to accept it. Yeah, I shed tears. I shed tears because I won't see her no more. But I trust that God, he wouldn't have. Do you not know? I don't know how to explain it, but to have a child that is perfect, not a blemish, no thoughts of bad, died before I was even thought of for anything and everything that I could ever do in this world. I cuss you out. I stole something from you. I slept with your husband. Oh, I took some money. Oh, I burnt your house up. I shot at your house. Whatever. I spent some credit cards. I went into debt 15 to 20 times. I slapped you. I don't know. Whatever I done did. Thought about hitting you. Thought about just wishing something bad on you or whatever. Whatever it is. Whatever. Sin is sin. Drink a lot. Smoke a lot. Gamble a lot. Whatever. But his son died for all of that. What do I got to complain about? Now, put it like this. Oh, we got 11 in the house, 14 thumbs up. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Would you give your child to die for the world sin? Would you? Your child or your grandchild? You said, think about what I just said. Don't even say nothing because I already know the answer is like, shoot, don't even ask me to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Would you? Right. That's what I said. First of all, you don't want God to ask you to do something. Because when people be like, well, God said this and God said that, and I'm not going to never tell somebody, no, you lying or whatever, because it's different for everybody. That's why when one person says something, you don't know. You don't know. You don't sit there and be like, they lying. You don't know. But I tell you one thing that I do know. First of all, let me put it like this. And like I said, it's not for everybody. But when God done spoke to me, it wasn't a good conversation that I wanted to hear. Something I wanted to do. And I mean, I boo-hooed and cried the whole way, but you know what? I knew I had to do it. And let me tell you something, it's not something I wanted to do. You got every time. It was either everybody was going to call me crazy or, and or whatever, you know. My own family called me crazy, but I don't know what. I knew I was in a world of trouble. I knew that. Walk away from my family, I knew that. But I don't know why, because I know what I had in my heart. Had I came home, I was ready to take somebody out. And you guys, I put that on everything. I don't have a problem, especially when it comes to my kids. That's why I can walk away from a relationship really quick and easy, because you're not going to play with mine. Some people speak it, I'm about it. You're not going to play with mine. You're just not. So when God told me to don't go home, I had to realize this has to be God, because, oh boy, I'm on 100 right now. I mean, you either going to take me out or I'm going to take you out, but guess what? You don't even see me coming, because I already know what's in my heart. Because let anything be out of place, and I'm done. You guys understand what I'm saying? So then I realized something. I listened to the voice. And the voice wasn't hollering and screaming at me and telling me to do something and being all agitated or something. It spoke. And it wasn't sweet. It was calm. It was peaceful. But it came with authority. And I asked again. And the answer was to don't go home. Just like that. And I'm screaming and hollering, because that's where I want to go to handle my business, because it's my time. I am going to make it rain in the block. Everybody, I'm going to be on the news tonight, because I'm done. That's why I don't get angry. That's why I'm not going to argue with nobody, because my anger, when I get angry, I can't. God himself has to come off his pedestal and stop me. And I said, just like when my mother told me, she don't want me to get angry when she had the heart attack. And she told me to don't let nobody get you angry. And you know what? My ex-husband took me to that point. You know, just like in that one movie, the one lady said, I kill you dead. Said, I fought my whole life. Who thought I would have to fight in my own home? That wasn't going to be me. Anyway, you guys, I just wanted to tell you, domestic violence is real. And you don't have to stay in a situation just to have someone, or say you in a relationship or you married and they're doing stuff. Whether it's a man or a woman or whatever. Not always the Lord gonna come off of his chair and speak something into you. Now, why did he do it for me? I don't know. I don't have a clue. But I do know one thing. The Lord did say his sheep knows his voice. So there's no way in the world you could tell me it was anything other than. Because had it been something of evil, and let me tell you something, it wasn't something like, in my head. I heard him audibly. Just like I'm speaking to you now, I heard him that way. And one of these days, I'll share with you guys some other stuff. But I think this is all you guys can probably handle right now. Call me crazy, whatever you want. This is before my aneurysm. Okay? Way before. I said, I knew it was his voice. And it was not something I wanted to do. But I did it. And everything was okay. That same night, when I did make it home, that was the last time I seen my husband, my ex-husband. I couldn't take it no more. Like I said, I know it was in my heart. You can't tell me nothing else. I know exactly what was in my heart. And I was ready to go. No, I'm not talking. I'm just not talking to you right now. People want to play with relationships, and I love him, and he, he gets this check, and what are you waiting on? You waiting on him to what? Put his hands on you or your children or whatever, quit smoking drugs or, whatever. Let me tell you right now, it's not worth it. My ex-husband told me when he walked out the door, he was like, you're going to have to change. I did change. I did. I changed a lot of stuff. I changed my door knobs. I changed my status from married to single or divorced. And I changed my whole thinking process of, I'm worth more out here than in prison. Because I promise you, I would have killed him that night. I would have. So, and then where would I would have been? That wouldn't have helped my kids, or that wouldn't have helped my grandkids. And so God is so good, but you gotta be able to not hear you and not hear that other voice, because there's three voices that you can hear, but you have to really want the truth, not what you want to hear. Sometimes the justice you get is not the justice you want to hear. Now, I can tell you some physical things. I won't, because it probably, some people will say, you're so disrespectful. Your husband is in the other room or whatever. I mean, he knows. He speaks the truth. I speak the truth. It may not make you feel good or whatever, but sometimes other people got to hear the truth about a marriage or an ex or whatever, to know that they're not alone. And you looking at somebody because they looking good, or they putting it down good, or, they got the money, or they got the cars, or they got that suave or whatever. Let me tell you something. If they doing something, cheating, putting their hands on you, or your children, or whatever, or you feeling that threat that you might take them out or they might take you out, it's best that you just, leave that situation. That's the best thing I could tell you. And quit waiting on a miracle that somebody got to tell you. That's one thing I can't stand. I really just can't. I mean, I look at all these women, and they in these domestic violence cases, and then they keep going back and back, and I see all the bruises and the black eyes, and then they be like, but he loved me, girl. He got a check coming, and it ain't so bad, and he tricked me and all this stuff. So let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. It's not worth it. You're worth more than that. You're worth more than that. Your kids deserve you, and your grandkids deserve you. They don't deserve you being beat up in the grave, at the hospital, in prison, underneath the prison. None of that. You ain't got to. I'm going to stay there. I'm not going to start over. I need my couch. And girl, I just bought a $300 $300 dining room set, and girl, I just bought a brand new car and some clothes and do, and stop it. Sometimes you gotta walk away from a whole house, and everything in that house is new. Because I'm going to tell you one thing, and I'm going to get off of here. Usually, 9 times out of 10, 9.9 times out of 10, when a person put their hands on you once, it only gets worse. Or, if they cheated, it only gets worse. Or, if they on drugs, it only gets worse. Or, if they messing with your children, it only gets worse. Or, if they start stealing from you, it only gets worse. They're just wondering how much are you going to let them get away with this stuff, because every time it's going to be because of you that they cussed you out, or they called you names, or they put their hands on you, or they cheated on you, or they lied to you, or, whatever. I got some friends right now, their man is cheating with their best friend. And they be looking at each other smiling, and they know it. She thinks she gonna get something. Why are you staying in a relationship that a person does not respect you? I don't get it, you guys. And then, as we get older, we find ourselves getting in a relationship with something that's not equally yoked. We don't want to think that, the things that's in the Bible is, some things is just, is different and you don't understand or whatever. No. I'm going to tell you what the scriptures are for, and you guys can look it up. Matter of fact, we'll look it up right now. It's for edification. It's for proof. And it's for correction. Now, the Lord ain't told me to go and correct nobody. It's so that you will know what is the truth. Nobody got to tell you what the truth is. Now, you know if you evenly yoke with somebody. Now, if they over there and they listen to beat bop music and all this other stuff, and they smoking this, smoking that, and all this other stuff, and you're going to church, and, you're going to work, and they don't want to work, or they can't find no work, or, they're playing on this PlayStation all night long, that's not for you, and you know it. But the sex is good, and he looks good, and it makes me feel young, and come on, you just waiting for a disaster. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, who you think is not, who's going to be, when you do find the person that's for you, you're not even going to really know. But you're going to know. You're going to look, and they ain't going to look like what you think, because there's a person for everybody. He did not put us on this earth to be by ourselves. And there's somebody for you. But if you keep taking these wooden nickels, or you keep taking these fix-em-up men and fix-em-up women, thinking that you gonna fix them. You gonna fix them. Stop. And that person gonna have issues, which all of us do. But make sure you can handle it, because even the ones that you think you can handle, they get outrageous. But just remember, when you do say, I'm ready to get married, or married again, or married for the first time, or whatever, the issues that you do know about, make sure, you say you can handle it. You handle it, okay? Because you can't get divorced because they didn't take out the trash, or you can't get a divorce because they got a dream and a goal that is not yours. You know what I'm saying? That's not grounds to get a divorce. No, I'm just saying, you guys. But I guarantee you, there is somebody for you, and they're perfect for you. They're perfect for you. You got to know what you won't accept. Quit accepting everything and lowering your standards. Don't stop lowering your standards. Because the main things that you say you can't live with or without, trust me, there's somebody like that. Like, say, for instance, like this. Here's the thing. Okay, I'm in an older age bracket, okay? I'm like this. Okay, Lord, on my list, because I want you to know exactly, and I want to know exactly. I don't want it to change day to day, but I want to know exactly the man that I marry. I really don't want him to have no kids. Now, Lord, I know I got kids, but I don't want to deal with kids. I just, that's one thing that's a pet peeve of mine. I just don't. Okay, that's the number two thing. My number one thing, he got to love you. Okay? Okay, I made a list. Okay, the other thing on the list. These are things that I'm not going to live without. I just don't want to. Okay, first he's got to love you, Lord. That's on my list. The second thing is, I don't want him to have kids. I mean, these things, I mean, even if you got an older kid, I just don't want him to have kids, period. Point blank. That's, you know what I'm saying? No. No kids. Then, that's something on my list. Then the other thing that's on my list is, I mean, he's got to be a workable man. Work jobs, have good understanding about things that needs to be done. Can go pay a bill, can handle his own business. I ain't got to teach him because I don't want that either. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay, Lord. Those are the things that I love. Okay, so now on the physical part. Okay. One thing, I don't want a short man. Did that, done that, don't want to ever do it again. I mean, I can do it, but I ain't want to do it. Because I am not attracted to short men whatsoever. So as far as the physical part, I like a thicker man. I don't like skinny men. I just don't. I like big men. I wouldn't call him chubby. I'm not a chubby chaser, but I just like a big man. I feel more, secure, whatever, you know? And I have to be able to look at him. So my husband call it easy on the eyes. I don't want no ugly man. Because if I'm going to be with somebody, I want to be able to, like, be able to look at him. You know what I'm saying? Men do the same thing, you ladies. Men do the same thing. They have lists too. Don't think they don't. And that's pretty much all that was on my list. I wasn't going to get off in the details because, I can pretty much live with anything else. You know what I'm saying? But if he has those qualities, I'll deal with anything else that comes up. And you know what? My husband fit that description. Now, do we have problems? Yep, we do. Not as many of them as, a lot of other marriages, but, we do have them. But those things we do not have to worry about. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever think that, you can't make a list and then that particular person is not out there. He is. You know what I'm saying? I can see you guys as someone else's testimony can free you and save you others that concerns your life. Anyway, you guys. So don't think that, oh my goodness, and then, some people be like, oh, I don't want nobody else. I'm done. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. And you can take this with you. Because you got to really think about it. Because I've done this before in my life, which it's okay now, but, because the Lord can fix anything. He really can. He can fix anything. So I had my daughter, And then I had my son. And after I had my son, and I'm not going to tell y'all how that all happened or whatever, because like I said, that'll be another story, another day, another time. But nevertheless, I was like, okay, I don't know how this is happening, but it's happening. And I'm not prepared or ready or whatever for this challenge. But I'm done. This is my second child out of wedlock. So you know what I'm saying? My family look at me like, what is you doing, girl? You out there like a, you know what I'm saying? Like one of them W's or something. You just all over the place. You just, you know what I mean? I mean, I got talked about bad. Bad enough that I was going to give my child away. But I didn't. But then you know what I did do? I said, Lord, I said, this is terrible. I'm going to get my tubes tied. Now, when I finally did get married, I'm thinking to myself, I want a child. Now, I done let this nut bucket put me in a situation where now I am married. I can't have a child with the man that I really is compatible with. So I'm saying, why would you go to the grocery store? You're buying groceries. And then you only got a loaf of bread and a package of bologna. And the cash register say, okay, that'll be $52.72. Okay? You say $52.72. They say, yeah, you say, I only got a loaf of bread and a pack of bologna. They say, yeah, but you got to pay for the person before you. You got to pay for their food. Would you pay for it? No, you would not. That would not even be fair to ask you to pay for somebody else's food. You guys get what I'm saying? So, because somebody else hurt you, you're sitting there in your moment, sitting there going, I'm never going to be with nobody else ever again. And the next person come and they got to have this and do that and this, that, and the other. You're going to make them pay for somebody else did to you. No. No. What I'm saying is, get the anger out your heart and nobody is, I mean, there is some people that is supposed to be down here that's supposed to be by themselves. I can't remember what they call it. They call it insuchers or something, UNCHEs or something of that nature. You can find them in the Bible, you guys. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you something. You would know if you was one of them. And now, I highly doubt that if you've had 2 or 3 relationships in your life, you're one of them, okay? Because you wouldn't desire that. But there are some people that are like that. I just don't believe that that's just something that you go, oh, I'm just going to be by myself for the rest of life. Now, if you choose to be by yourself for the rest of life, that's what you choose to be. Don't get mad at everybody else, because every now and then you be like, well, it would be nice to have somebody else, because when we get older, and then we be like breaking down. We'll be sitting there going, well, why is my kid not going to come over here and take me to the hospital? Now you infringing on your kid's life. He's got a life, or she's got a life. She shouldn't have to leave her wife or husband or whatever, or job, because you decided to be by yourself for the rest of your life. We are not made to be alone. Think about it. Okay? We are not made to be alone. If that's what you choose to do, that's fine. I'm just saying, for the ones that's out there that's making those decisions and somebody's really trying to be with you and they're meeting those standards and guidelines or something, don't be so scared because somebody else done something. You guys, I'm going to get off of here. I just wanted to share some thoughts with you this morning. Like we always do. We do got a lot of content coming Monday at 5 p.m. Central Time. Please make sure you guys have your face in a place. We got some updates, and also it's a case that we need to go over. But an update that's probably going to take the whole hour. And so I know my hours are going to change because I did yesterday, got my acceptance letter on the job. So just realize and remember that maybe our times is going to change, you guys. So I'm just giving you a notice that, yeah, yeah. Because we finna do it this year. We came into this year talking about, oh, I'm so glad 21 is out the way and out the door. 22 is here, you guys. We got to make it happen. Now, I'm not going to go another day. When I step outside and I see that sunlight and everything, I'm going to be ready for the world. All right, you guys? I'm serious. This is 2022. I am not going to do what we did in 2021. I mean, 2021 knocked us out, you guys. We were struggling. We were struggling. We couldn't wait for 2021. Uh-oh. We got an earthquake right now, Papa. You feel it? Oh. All right, you guys. You guys have a blessed day. And be nice to each other. Bye.